What's up, everybody? I'm eating acai because I'm busy today. I have class right after this. So I'm Teacher Willie, and today I am doing a live stream in English, and we will start our discussion. Let us know if you're here. Once you get here, please like this video and tell us your name and where you're from, so that we can call in. The way that Google does it through YouTube is that the more people that like a live stream, the more people that comment in a live stream, the more they put it in front of people who are not already signed up, that are not already subscribed to the channel. So let's start. What is a bucket list? Vitor's here. Welcome, Vitor. Except today you're not Vitor, you're Vitor, because today is an English live stream. So let's talk about a bucket list. So in Portuguese you have the expression to kick the bucket, right? Except the expression to kick the bucket in Portuguese is different than the expression that we have in English. In Portuguese, if you say he kicked the bucket, hey, Levi, welcome from Milhares, Ceará. Welcome, Levi. Levi today is English, so you're Levi today. So in Portuguese, when you say he kicked the bucket, you mean that he gave up. That whatever he was doing, he decided to quit, to not do it anymore. Katya's here. Welcome, Katya. So that's kicking the bucket in Portuguese. But in English, when we say kicking the bucket, he kicked the bucket, it means he died. So he didn't give up, he died, man, he's dead. So it's a lot different when you say he kicked the bucket in Portuguese to when you say he kicked the bucket in English. So once again, Portuguese, he kicked the bucket, he gave up, he quit. So there's a good phrasal verb for you. To give up is to quit. And in English, he kicked the bucket, he died. Okay? So what does this have to do with bucket list? So for us, the bucket list comes from that expression, to kick the bucket. So a bucket list is a list of the things that you want to do before you die, before you kick the bucket. So for example, on my bucket list, I have many cities that I want to visit that are on my bucket list, many cities in Brazil. For example, Recife, Floripa, Florianópolis, João Pessoa, que mais? Curitiba, Fernando de Noronha. There are quite a few cities in Brazil that I want to visit before I die. Also some cities outside of Brazil. I want to visit Paris. It's not really on my bucket list, but I would like to see London, but it's not, it's all right. But I would like to see Paris. And so those are the things that, Rio, yes, sorry, Katya, of course, Rio's on my bucket list. Technically, I've been to Rio, but that's only because I have been to the Rio airport like 4 times, 5 times. So technically I've been to Rio, but I've never been to the beach. I've only seen Rio from up above and coming down. And I've never seen it actually going up because the flights always leave at night. So I see the lights, but I've never actually seen Rio when I take off. But when I get there in the morning, flying from the United States, I have been to the Rio airport, and I always imagine what it must be like to go there. So, Katya, I'm telling you, I'm seriously, it's on my bucket list. Rio really is. Actually, it's towards the top of my bucket list. It's one of the things I want to do way before I die. So, what I thought we could talk about today is that we could talk about what is on your bucket list. It can be, it's not only travel. So, for example, another thing on my bucket list is to make $1 million. Okay, so, and show it to my dad because it's kind of funny, but one time my dad was talking about a man who is a businessman who owns his own business and has a lot of money, and he said, this man has more money than you and I will ever see. Again, this man has more money than you and I will ever see. And I took that at the time, I think I was a teenager, probably about 14 or so, 13, 14. I took that as a challenge. So my goal is to make $1 million and show my dad. Really, my dad is one of the only people whose opinion I care about. So that's on my bucket list, is not only to travel to some of these places, but is also to make $1 million and to change 1 million lives is also on my bucket list. So those are some things on my bucket list. Let's see what Vitor said. Fernando de Noronha is one of the most awesome places in the world. I'd like to visit there. Yes. So is that on your bucket list, Vitor? And Katya says India is on her bucket list. Did you read that book? What is it? Think, Eat, Pray, or Pray, Think, Travel, Eat. I don't remember what it is, but there's that book that they made into a movie with Julia Roberts. That was a pretty good movie. We have 4 people here, 3 people that have liked. If you could please like this video so that we can get more people in here. So tell me right now, what's on your bucket list? Let's talk about your bucket list, the things you'd like to do, the places you'd like to visit, and we'll talk about some vocabulary going together with bucket lists. Do you know canal no YouTube? Pergunte. Do you know Karina Fragoso? I don't, but I respect her work very much. I think she is one of the best people that has an English channel on YouTube. I really like her stuff. I know she's been really successful, and actually someday I would like to do a collaboration with her. I don't know if she would accept it now because we're under 1,000 people, but once we get up to, I don't know, maybe 10,000 10,000 subscribers, I will try and reach out to her and see if she would like to do a collaboration, but I really like her. Yeah, she's a Brazilian teacher of English. I don't know if she's technically a teacher or if she is a YouTube. So remember, there are 2 different kinds of things. There are teachers, and then there are YouTube presenters. And many YouTube presenters, even Americans that present English on YouTube, are not technically teachers. They don't work with people in a classroom. And the way that they present is not, sometimes is not pedagogical. And so there's a little bit, because I am a teacher and I work most of my time in the classroom, and I've logged thousands of hours of class time over the years, I get a little bit testy. You know what that means? To be testy is to not like very much when someone considers someone who is an English presenter on YouTube as a teacher, because it's for me it's 2 very different things. But I do like Karina. I think she's a beautiful young woman who she seems to be extremely nice. If you watch her videos, she's very good. And I haven't seen a whole lot of things where in some presenters of English on YouTube, I've seen some errors that I leave a comment and say, no, this isn't right there. And actually on her channel, I disagree more with some of the Americans with whom she speaks and does collaborations than I do with her. Many things that I've seen from Americans on her channel, I disagree with more than the things that she says. Claudia's here. Hello, Claudia, welcome. Where are you living? Good question. Canal no YouTube. I live in Palmas, Tocantins, Brasil. Thanks, Jackson. Jackson prefers me to Karina. Don't tell Karina that. Also on Katya's bucket list is to speak English fluently. That's good, right? You're in the right place if that's part of your bucket list. Again, I'd like to ask, we have 6 people here, 3 people have liked the video. If you could please like the video so that we can call other people in to see what is on their bucket lists, and we can get that out there. Claudia, tell me, what's on your bucket list? Claudia, and canal no YouTube, what's on your bucket list? Jackson, what's on your bucket list? Who else is here? Vitor talked about Fernando de Noronha, but didn't tell us if that's on your bucket list. So let's tell me what's on your bucket list. What are some of the things that you want to do before you kick the bucket, which in English means before you die? So you need to be careful when you use this expression, because if you use it like you do in Portuguese, and you mean, if you say, my dad kicked the bucket, and you mean to say that he quit or he stopped something, you will actually be saying that he died. I'm going to eat some more açaí. If you haven't eaten açaí, açaí should be on your bucket list. I love how it makes my mouth purple. Can you tell us about your English story? Okay, I can tell you about my English story. My English story starts at home, really. My mom is she speaks English very well. Mario, welcome Mario from Santo Domingo. Very good to see you for the first time. So my English story starts at home. My mom speaks English very well. She's still with us. And so I kind of followed that. And from that, then I was always kind of, I liked sports, but I was also kind of a nerd when it came to books. I loved to read books, and I especially, even in high school and middle school, I loved to read classics. So classic books like Moby Dick, like my favorite book, still my favorite book, is one called Mutiny on the Bounty. If you have a chance and your English reading is at a little bit of a upper intermediate level, you want to read Mutiny on the Bounty. It is one of the most exciting, one of the most interesting books that I have ever seen. So, and it's what we call, there's a trio of books. So there's the first book, which is Mutiny on the Bounty. The second one is Men Against the Sea. And the third one is Pitcairn's Island. And they all go together, and they are just amazing. They're amazing. So through reading classics, then I got to understand, and I got to appreciate more English and how it goes together, and proper English and the differences and how it works. And so then when I went on to college, I started off in computer information systems, which is kind of like computer science, but it's more for business computing. And I found out that that wasn't really for me. And then I was deciding between studying acting and studying English. And then when it came down to it, I decided that I didn't want to be one more starving actor, because I didn't think, I thought I was okay as an actor, but I didn't think that I was good enough to be famous. And it seems to me, and it still seems to me, either you're really good and you're rich, or you're pretty good and you're poor. And I wanted to have a family and take care of my family. So instead of really following my heart, which my first choice was acting, so then I decided to do what was in my head, do what was smarter, and I studied English. And then, so I studied linguistics, English with an emphasis in linguistics. And really what happened was when I came to Brazil to teach English in 2000 was when I really decided that this is what I wanted to do, and that I wanted to open up my own school. So that's basically it. Teacher, could you record video about important phrases in English? That's a little bit too vague. If you could kind of give me something more specific, because important phrases, there are thousands of important phrases, many more than I could put in one video. So if you have a specific category of important phrases, like important phrases for travel, or important phrases, or something like that. So let's get back to your bucket list. Claudia, I'm still waiting to see what's on your bucket list. So Victor, while I was talking, said that his bucket list has Fernando de Noronha. Okay. Does anyone have anything that they really want to do? So let's look less at travel now. What's something that you want to do before you die, if you have something that you want to do? And also, if you have any other random questions or general questions about English, let's answer those. Like I said, I have class tonight, so I can be here for another 10 minutes or so. So if you have any other general questions about buckets, maybe. So bucket being balde, so kick the bucket is to die. when we say chutar o balde, it's unfortunately to die. I also agree, phrases that we use, do you mean daily, every day? I don't think you mean on day. Phrases that we use daily. So for example, my name is, that kind of thing. I want to travel to different countries, especially Russia. So Russian is the person, it is the adjective. A Russian man, a Russian woman, a Russian novel, where Russia is the country. So you want to visit Russia. Russia, I always wanted to visit Russia too. I don't know now, being from the United States, how welcome I would be in Russia at this point, especially with the President of the United States and everything that's going on. So, but I do actually, I love the Russian language. That is on my bucket list, is to learn the Russian language. I started studying it at one point in college and really liked it. I especially like the Cyrillic alphabet, and I would like to get back to study that. So very good. So you'd like to visit Russia. What else? What else would you like to do? What other things you have on your bucket list? Anyone else have anything they'd like to add? Okay, so going to Russia is on Jackson's bucket list. Okay, very good. Okay, so we're going to wind this down a little bit. We still have our online course available. Excuse me. So, in our online course, it's still available. The first module, my voice totally changed. The first module is available for 10 reais, and I will put the link down below. Could you talk about the semi-modal verb need? Okay, so need is, I don't know specifically what you want to talk about. It's when you need something. So I need to go. I need to eat. I need to go. I don't know exactly specifically what you want to know about need. Need is also a verb that I call a scared verb, or verbo medroso, which means it needs to be most of the time with something else. So when we have want and like and need, then we need to, for example, if I were to say, who wants to go? From many Latin languages, you would want to, the tendency is to say, I want. Or who needs money? I need. But what happens with these verbos medrosos, with these scared verbs, is that they need something with them. So it's not fluent, it's not the right thing to say, I want, but I want, depending on the question. Who wants to eat? I want to. Either I want to eat, the complete sentence, or I want to, and you need to put the to. You can't just leave it with want. Same thing with like. Who would like to eat? Right? Then you can't say, I would like. It needs to be, I would like to. And the same thing with need. Who needs to go? I need to. Okay, so if you're talking about a verb, an action, then it's going to be I need to. And if you're talking about something, a noun, so who wants my açaí? Who wants my açaí? In that case, then it would be I want it. So we use the article it when we want to say a thing that we want that is a definite thing. If I say, who wants a piece of gum? Okay, who wants a piece of gum? I want one. Okay, so we have it when it's a specific thing, a definite article, the. I want it. And when we're talking about just one of many, then I want one. So I don't know if that answers your question on need. Your question was just a little bit vague, so I'm not exactly sure if that helps you on what it is that you wanted to know about need. But that's a little bit about some of the characteristics of need and want and like. Anything else? Anybody else have any other questions that they'd like to ask? Remember that I will be doing this also tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I believe I will probably be Live streaming, I would say probably 6:30 again. I think I'll be on 6:30 again tomorrow night because I have a class from 4 to 6, and then I have a class at 7 if I'm not mistaken. So 6:30, between 6:30 and 7, I'll be back again tomorrow. Is there any difference between using between thankful? So your question first, Katja, would be, is there any difference between the use of thankful and grateful? I would say they're synonyms, thankful and grateful. They're so close in meaning that it's not a huge thing. Grateful is more formal, but thankful is also a little bit more formal. So I would say you've got thankful, and then you've got grateful, and then it's describing someone. So they are thankful, they are grateful. So I would just say that grateful is probably less used and more formal. Grateful than thank you. So grateful is more formal than thankful. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for me today. Tomorrow I will be back probably at about 6:30 again. If you would like, and after this, or after we stop, you watch the replay, and you would like to join us tomorrow and leave a question. If you leave a question, I will check all day tomorrow. I will check the comments in this video after I stop the live stream, and I will start off with those questions tomorrow, along with whatever topic that I end up running into. One of these days I'm going to have my wife. She's been a bit sick lately, so her voice is kind of not great, but one of these days when she's feeling better, I'm going to put her on the live stream and have her talk to you about what it was like for a Brazilian who spoke very little English to go to the United States and live in the United States for a time. I think that's a pretty interesting story that you guys would like. Katja, bucket list is a list of things you will want to do before dying and not after dying. Dying, I think you mean, after dying. So I don't know, Ronnie's got a message there for you, Katja. I'm not sure exactly what that was. I might have missed it. But so I'm excited to put Valkyria on so that she can talk to you guys. I think that'll be fun. And then remember that probably next week or 2 weeks, I'll be on with some members of the cast and crew of Nele Minha Fortaleza, which is the movie that we're making. So a lot of stuff coming up, and I think that's going to do it for today. Also, on not tomorrow night I'm going to do it, but the next Thursday I'll be on at 1:30 in the afternoon, Palmas time, and then on Tuesday, so Tuesday night coming up, Tuesday night is going to be my class with the girls two of the girls that were in the live stream that we did on my birthday. So I'm going to see about doing a live stream with them in the classroom again. Not again, but this time in the classroom. And so we will do the class probably for about 10 or 15 minutes. We'll do the class and see if you guys have any questions, and they'll help me get your questions and answer your questions. And then we'll have the rest of their class without the live stream. But I want to try that and see if we can make that go, because I think that would be kind of fun. I think we had one more comment here before I go, because I asked if going to Israel is on my bucket list since it'll be a reality soon. I totally missed that question. Yes, it is on your bucket list if it's something that you want to do before, but I think that's a little bit, it's a different conversation, because like we talked about before in the group, you had said that maybe you weren't that excited about going to Israel other than to see your daughter and your grandbaby. But I think that's another conversation for another time. All right, thanks everybody. Thanks for being here. Once again, it's my pleasure to do these live streams. I absolutely love it. And I will see you again tomorrow night, probably around 6:30, unless there's an earthquake or something else happens. And I'm off to my next class after I finish my acai. Go buy yourself some acai if you live in Brazil. See you guys later. Thanks for being here. And remember what? I need some kind of catchphrase. Let's see. Somebody come up with a catchphrase for me. Catchphrase is something you say at the end. I usually say, see you later. But let's see. Today it's going to be, I was talking about need as a modal verb. You needn't speak so loudly. Yeah, that's British. That you needn't do something. Yeah, I can talk about that more. That makes more sense. So we don't use that very much in American English. It's more formal. That's more of a British thing. So we can talk about that more another time. I actually have to probably look it up because it's so infrequently used in American English that we don't do it. Ronnie, you know what? I would absolutely love to add Super Chat, but you can't add Super Chat until you have 1,000 people subscribed. So now that Ronnie said that, let's talk about this a little bit. We are at 697 when I started this live stream of people subscribed to the channel. Now, what Ronnie's talking about in the Super Chat is that it gives us the opportunity for you guys to support me by paying for your chat to be seen by everyone for a certain amount of time. It stays at the top, so you can pay like $1 or 1 real or 2 reais or 5 reais, and then your message will stay at the top, and I'll be sure to answer it, which right now isn't, it's not a huge deal. I try to answer all the questions, but as the channel grows and gets bigger and bigger, it's going to be harder. Like today, I missed that question from Katya, so it's going to be harder and harder for me to see those. And it's also a way for you guys to support me and show me that you like what I'm doing. And obviously it's not going to be thousands of reais that I'll make off of it, but it is nice to know that you guys are supporting me and that you want to put your money where your mouth is. That's a good American expression, to put your money where your mouth is, which is show through your money that you support something or that you will back it up. So that's the thing with that. We are 303 subscriptions away from 1,000, and then as soon as we hit that, then I will celebrate by doing a Super Chat. So you can help us out by sharing with your friends. Now, what I don't want is, and I've had people that are friends of mine that wanted to help me by telling all of their friends to sign up to sign up to the channel, and that's it. I don't want people to just sign up. I don't want people to sign up that aren't going to be helped, because that doesn't help us grow. If you have a friend who is interested in learning English, who you think would like the channel, share the channel with them. But don't just share the channel with people who don't like English and would never want to learn anything. Don't share it with those people. Share it with the people that it can help, because that's how we grow. Because the more people that we have that are really involved, the more it'll grow in the end. So I would rather have you share it with people that are really interested in learning English, who you think would like my style, who you think that we can help here on the live streams, in the edited videos, in the classroom videos, also in the WhatsApp groups. Those are the kinds of people that we would like to have sign up. So please, if you do, please share it with those people. Share the link to the channel with those people so that we can grow as quickly as possible. And as we grow, then it makes it more possible, more likely that people like Karina will want to do a collaboration with me. And can you imagine me and Karina doing a collaboration? This is another thing, actually. I was going to do this in another live stream, but before I go, I want to say this. If you like me, if you like the way that we do our channel, if you like the way that I teach and everything, what I want you guys to do, and I think this would be really fun. Every time you watch a video from one of these people that have a lot, whether it's Mauro Vergara, whether it's Karina, whether it's Small Advantages, that American guy, I can't remember his name, whichever videos that you watch, every time you watch a video, tell that person that you like their video and that you think they should do a collaboration with Teacher Willie. Just that's all. That's all. Let's see if we can put that out there so much that everyone wants to, all of these big YouTubers want to find out that teach English, not like that Wunderson or whatever that weird guy's name is, but all of the teachers that teach English, let's put it out there that you think that they should do a collaboration with Willie, and see if we can get them to look for me, and then we can do a collaboration. I think it would be a lot of fun, and I think it could really make our channel explode. So if you guys are willing to do that, Every time, this is going to be the challenge, every time that you watch a video, an English video on YouTube, and the person who is presenting it has more than 10,000 or 20,000 subscribers, put in the video that you like the video and that you think they should do a collaboration with Teacher Willie. I want to see if this works. I think this would be really cool. All right, so I got to get out of here. I got to get to class. Thank you for being here. No catchphrase for today. I'll think about it for tomorrow. Thanks again, and I'll see you later.